Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. Once again I come here with a heart full of light, spreading this light to everyone's hearts. My sons and daughters, I would very much like to tell each one of you how much you have already evolved. I would like to be able to point out to each of you the points that you have already evolved. I would like to demonstrate to you how your lives have changed. I guarantee that the vast majority here who are listening to me now are aware of this, of the changes that have happened in their lives. But I would tell you that there are points that you still need to improve a lot. There are points at which you still put all the problems in each other's lap. You have not yet learned to look for the solution, to look for the path. No, it's easier, more comfortable, calmer, to put the problem in someone else's lap. This has already been said here. Each of you goes through challenges that are exactly the point on the ladder to your own evolution. Do you think that everything that appears as a challenge, this is something from the third dimension, I won't bother? I can guarantee you that it won't. Many points that you think you shouldn't care about, that you shouldn't bother with, and that you continue to throw into each other's laps, are points of evolution, are points of learning. There is something that we always say here and that you don't seem to believe. For now we are coming here to pass on some messages, to pass on some teachings, but this will not last forever. There will be a day when you will receive nothing, and what do? You compare, the other person keeps sending messages, but there's no more here. Is this the attitude of someone who wants to evolve? You compare, you criticize, you judge. So at any time I guarantee you that we will give you time, so that you can assimilate everything that has already been said. Everything we've ever said is available, just go back in time and listen again. Many here complain that we are being repetitive, and I agree, we are being repetitive. So why continue? Why continue bringing messages that you already heard back then? Is it necessary to come here daily? No, it's not necessary. So I ask each one of you, the day we no longer come here, what will you do? They will go out desperately looking for other sources because they can't go without hearing anything, because they can't go without knowing the news. And I guarantee you that a lot of news are not true. They are just ways of deceiving you. At this point, I would say you haven't learned anything. They remain dependent on having a being that brings a message. So I will warn you once again, the day will come when there will be no more messages. So what will you do? I ask again. They will despair because they rely on our messages as crutches, support our messages as a path to follow, and everything that has already been said. Have you forgotten? You don't remember anything. So once again I repeat and warn, the day will come when there will be no more messages. We will meet from time to time, no longer daily. You need to understand that everything we had to teach has already been taught. You either learned or didn't want to learn. Many here want to hear the messages to know what will happen the next day. And then I ask, where is your confidence? Where is your certainty that the world outside will fall, but you will land on your feet? No, you need to have a warning. Look, tomorrow the world is going to fall. Then you prepare, then you will do whatever it takes to stay on your feet. And that? So I'm going to tell you that it won't do any good because you haven't learned anything. You continue to look to us for solutions, for paths. They are not coming from your heart. They are coming from your mind in need of support, in need of a message. But we want to feel your energy, so I repeat again, there are dozens of videos of me, videos of other beings of light. Why do you need to listen to me daily? Just go back in time, the energy is there. I'm going to tell you the following, I already said it here, the process is accelerated and everything will start to happen. And it's not us coming here that will make the process easier. What each person will go through is a consequence of their own journey, it is a consequence of what they have already learned and are applying what has been learned. It will not be a message from me or any other being of light that will bring you balance. You need to find this balance. We have said this here often. Have you been trying to access your higher self? Many don't. Because they already start from the principle, I can't do it. Very good. So I'm going to tell you that you're in trouble, because the lack of connection with your higher self will bring you a lot of problems, because you won't know the path to follow, there will be no one to tell you where to go. Oh, and importantly, it will not be our messages that will give you the way. You need to find your way through your higher self, but many shrug it off. They don't want to try because they think they can't. It's a choice like so many others. So be warned. Out of nowhere we will stop coming. And do not criticize or judge those who channel us because it is our order, not theirs. If we decide to not come here for a long time, she won't be able to say anything about us. So stop with so much criticism and judgment, just because you need to receive a message. Then I see many here saying, but the other channels don't stop. I'm not worried about the other channels, I'm worried about this group that's here. Each channel attracts an audience that vibrates with its own energy. So here is a group, and to this group I am saying, the day will come when we will no longer come. Now there are other groups that haven't learned anything, that are listening, as you like to say, entering from one side and exiting from the other. So we will need to keep talking about these, not you anymore. You learned a lot, everything here has already been said. So learn to accept whatever comes, without criticism or judgment. And learn, once and for all, to try to overcome your own challenges. Stop continuing to throw your challenges into other people's laps. It's impressive. So I'm just going to give you a single image and I want you to think about it. You won't have our help, because you won't have any more messages, and then one fine day you'll be walking down the street and you'll have 3 paths to choose from, forward, right and left. What will you choose? If you have contact with your higher self, it will tell you, follow this path. Now if you don't, you will either sit and cry a lot because you don't know where to go, and you will be desperate looking for someone around who can tell you which way is best. But you won't find it. You will be alone. Then you will have to make a choice, and I tell you that this choice could be good, it could be the right choice, or it could be a bad choice that will make you delay your journey a lot. So always think about that. Challenges are there to be overcome, not to be thrown into other people's laps. Learn, my sons and daughters, you are not puppets, you are thinking minds with acting hearts. So make your own choices. Don't depend on others for anything. Don't depend on us for anything. I hope you understood. Oh, and I'm already hearing many here saying, and when will you stop? It would be a setback for me to answer this here. It seems like you didn't hear anything I said. We will simply stop. We will come when we have to. Now whether you are going to look for other paths is up to each one. It is up to you to listen again to everything that has already been taught and remember, or seek new teachings in other ways. It will be your choice. Now once again I repeat, be careful with judgments, be careful with criticism. We are reaching an important moment in the entire process, and unfortunately what I see is that many are still using us as crutches, still using us as support to make their decisions. And I tell you once again, the answers have to come from each one's higher self, not from us. Be sure of that.